Okay, am I recording now? Yes. Okay, today we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting using negative numbers. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can figure this out together, okay? Welcome, everybody. 8 plus 6. What would that be? Negative 14? Negative 2? 2 or 14?
14.
14. Why?
Because it's 5 plus 5 is 10, and then 3 plus 1 is 4, so it's 14.
Good. And you know that you're going to the right of the number line, right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to show you something on Zoom that I think is going to make this a funner class, okay? I'm going to put this over here. Can you see this? Can you see the bar that I'm putting over there?
No.
Okay, let me do this. Hang on, I'm going to reshare this. I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to share that whole screen, and I think you'll see it, okay? Here we go. Okay, now can you see this? Can you see these bars that I've opened up?
Not me.
I mean,
I can't either.
No. Okay. Well,
Or how my children would say, me no, me no.
if you look at your screen, there should be like 3 dots and like where you can mute your camera and stuff, right? If you kind of hover down the bottom of your screen, you should see the little bar where you can turn off your camera and turn off your video. You guys see that?
Yes.
Look to the right, and there's one called Annotate. Click on that bar. When you click on that, a little bar will open up.
How do you say annotate in Spanish? Because I have it in Spanish.
Anotaciones? I don't know.
Well, I don't have that.
Well, it looks like a pen, and it allows you to do this.
I don't have a pen either.
Do you see that? Is anyone finding it? No?
No, I can find it.
I don't even see a
I don't have it either.
I think it's like in the top, and at the top it says you're viewing Jeffrey Blaine's screen, o estás viendo la
And then
pantalla
there's dots.
screen, and it says view options, and then
Oh, they are right.
Yes.
It's up there. Yes.
thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Up
I
on
don't
the
have it
screen.
either. I mean, I'm looking at view options.
Yeah, right there.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
On the other side, close to the green one.
It says after
Yes.
access.
It says, usted está viendo la pantalla de Jeffrey Berlin. And then it says ver opciones, but I don't see a pencil. The only
No, it says annotates, annotation.
It looks like a pen.
Por ejemplo, Oli, conmigo yo no tengo ninguna pluma. Solo haz de cuenta que en ver opciones me aparece primero como los porcentajes y más abajo me dice como salir de pantalla completa y abajo de salir de pantalla completa me imagino que dice anotar o algo así.
A mí me sale relación de zoom, ajustar la ventana. ¿Se dan a ajustar la ventana?
Y luego más abajo.
Solicitar el control remoto, anotar, pero me sale
Anotar.
Pero me sale en gris.
anotar.
Okay.
Me sale en grisecito. En grisecito cuando no le puedes dar.
I put a picture. Wait a minute. There it is. I put a picture on the Informis chat. And if you look at the screen I'm sharing 2 screens. If you look at the one on the right, Oli, let me finish. If you look at the one on the right, you can see the little bar, and then you'll see the little annotate next to it. And then on the other one, it opens a little bar.
Yes, I can see the anotar, but it's in gray. And when it's in gray, you can't click on it. I'm clicking on it, and nothing happens because it's on lower grade, like phantom grade.
Who drew the hearts? Who drew the heart down here? Who drew this heart?
¿Quién dibujó el corazón?
Who did that?
I have no idea.
Te estoy preguntando que quién dibujó el corazón.
Yeah, who did this? Who just did that?
No, I didn't.
Someone just did that. And who did this black line? Someone is.
Peña Nieto is here.
Jose,
Is that you? Is that you, Antonio?
No.
No.
I put the X over the 14, but I don't know who did the heart.
Now there are a lot of hearts and little stars, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
All right, I'm going to clear everything. Okay. If you can join me, I'm not sure why everyone can't do it. Why it's grayed out for you, Willie. I'm not sure why.
don't worry. I'm gonna ask Jose if he could kick me out of this one, because if I can't find the gray, I'm not gonna be able to advance. Let me send him a message. Jose, ¿me podrías cambiar al grupo 1? Porque a mí no me sale lo que Mr. B está diciendo. Entonces,
Antonio, he's with us. So if you can annotate, can anyone annotate? David, you can annotate, yeah? Zuri, were you able to annotate? Gabby?
Yes, I did.
Okay. It seems like just, AMC, were you able to annotate? Okay. I want you guys to choose this where it says stamp, okay? On the list, it says mouse, select, text, draw, stamp. Click the stamp and click the arrow. And what we're gonna do is we're going to go through a couple of these. We're gonna try to figure out what this is with negative numbers. And then I want you to take guesses and we're gonna start annotating, okay? And you start participating in it. So for example, I click the stamp and I click the arrow. 8 plus 16 is 14. There we go. See, Dave. All right, David's got it. AMC's putting it by a question mark. Gabby's got it. Good. You can change your color too. I think I'll be, oh, no, I guess you can't. Wait, why couldn't you change your color? All right, good. All right, good. Let's try another one. What about 8 plus minus 6? What do you guys think that is? If 8 plus 6 is 14, what do you think 8 plus minus 6 is? Go ahead and stamp it near the number that you think. Okay, Gabby thinks 2. All right, Sundri, so yeah. What? Yes, 8 plus negative 6 is 2. How about another one? Let's do another. What about negative 8 plus 6? Go ahead, put a stamp by the number. What do you guys think? All right, David's first, Gabby second, yes. Negative 2. Any other guesses? Are they right? Now everyone's saying negative 2. All right. What about 8 or negative 8 plus negative 6? Excellent. Yes, negative 14. Fantastic. All right, let's try one more here. What about 8 minus 6? Now that's one you guys have done in second grade, right? All right, good, 2, right, that's an easy one. That's an easy one. 8 minus negative 6, what do you think that is? If 8 minus 6 is 2, what would 8 minus negative 6 be? All right, 14, great, great. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm erasing your drawings, because if I leave them on here, let me show you something. I'm breaking out of teacher mode here. If I just advance the next slide, your selections are still there. Your stamps are still there. Do you see that? So what I'm doing is I'm coming up to clear. There's on the little annotation toolbar, there's a little garbage can, and I'm doing clear all drawings. You actually have several options there. You have clear all drawings, clear my drawings, and clear your drawings. So because I've been stamping on this too, it's just easier to do clear all drawings. So whenever I go to the next slide, I'm showing you teaching method here. Whenever I'm going to the next slide, I'm clearing the drawings and then I'm clicking on the slide. Okay? So back here. What about -8 minus 6? This is maybe the hardest one. What would that be? -14? Yeah, -14. Everyone? All right, excellent. All right, we're figuring this stuff out. And I'm doing clear all drawings, clicking on the slide. Be careful with this one. -8 minus -6. What do we got? -2, -2. Excellent. Okay, let's figure out why this is. Okay, let's figure out why this is. All right, so everyone, now you got to tell all your students this, because they're going to start going crazy with this too. So I'm just going to tell you, they love this, and they'll start, drawing and doing all kinds of stuff. So you have to kind of keep it monitored there. Sorry. All right. What I'm going to do here is, it's very important when you're doing an online class. See, Gabby Hiron's already starting to get crazy there. See, now, as a teacher, I can go and I can disable you guys from being able to annotate. So I'm going to do that right now. There. Now no one can annotate. It's very important when you're a teacher. Well, let me just go through this. Okay. So Mr. B's easy rules to remember. In addition with negative numbers, my simple rules are, if the signs are the same, meaning positive and positive, or negative and negative, keep the sign and add the numbers together. So if it's, as we saw, it was +8, +6, add them together. I kept the sign and added them together, 14. -8 plus -6, the signs are the same. I'm going to keep the sign, it's negative, and add the numbers together, -14. If the signs are different, now I'm going on my own personal annotation here, right? If the signs are different, keep the sign of the bigger number and then subtract the smaller number from the bigger. So when it was 8 plus -6, 8 is a bigger number, so I'm keeping the sign of 8, which was positive, and I'm going to subtract 6 from 8, ending up with +2. When -8 was bigger than +6, -8 plus 6. I'm keeping the negative for the 8 and I'm subtracting the 6. 8 minus 6 is 2, and I have the negative sign, it's -2. So these are the rules, class. My simple rules, easy to remember for doing addition with negative numbers. Well, you ask, what about subtraction? All right, this is the key right here. I'm going back to my annotation mode. So what I did was to change that slide. I'm moving in and out of teacher mode and teaching you guys mode, right? Okay. I had to, when I was in annotation, you'll see that in annotation, you can't like click on stuff. It'll start drawing on things or putting stamps on stuff. So you have to go to the very left of that annotation bar, and there's the mouse. And then you have to click on that mouse and then you can change the slide, and then I'm going back to the draw part, and I'm going back to my pen. I'm gonna change the color for this one. I'm gonna put it back to orange. Okay, so that's how I'm going back between drawing on things and moving the slide. It just takes a little bit of practice. Oh, there's questions? Is there the chat? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so for subtraction, this is the key right here. Change subtraction to addition of the opposite. All right, let's look at something here. If I have subtraction of 6, I'm going to change subtraction to addition of the opposite. And then part 2, follow the rules for addition. So let's look at this. If it's minus 3, so 4 minus 3, I'm going to change subtraction to addition of the opposite. And then I will follow these rules. This one will fall over number 2. If it's negative 5 minus 3, right? I have a subtraction problem, so I'm going to change subtraction to addition of the opposite. And then I'm going to actually follow these rules because now they're the same. I'm going to add them together. I'll keep the sign. It'll be negative 8. What if it's negative 5 minus, negative 4? This is where your students will get a little, I need to just erase that one. I don't want to erase all this. So what I've done is next to the color on your annotation bar, look at your annotation bar, right to the left, there's an eraser. If you click that eraser, you can just click on the thing you want to erase and it'll erase it right away. It won't erase everything. I don't want to clear all of my drawings, but I made a mistake. I put on purpose, I put the negative sign or the subtraction sign down here by the 5. So I clicked on eraser, and now I'm gonna click on the subtraction sign. There it goes. Now I'm gonna go back to draw and select my pen. And I'm gonna put it there. There's a better subtraction sign. So if we have negative 5 minus question with this? No, not right now. You can't. No. Oh, should I do? Well, we had Gabby Hiron breaking the rules, so I had to punish everybody. Should I put it back on? So let me put it back on so you can see these. This is important. So let me. Okay, but Gabby, you be good. Okay, so open up your annotation bar. If you see, what I did was right to the left of that color, there's an eraser. And all I did was I clicked the eraser, and then I just, every time where you lift up your pen, it will erase. And you can just click on that. That's an option for instead of wiping the whole board, which I don't want to do. Sometimes I do. This time I don't want to. So I'll redo that one now. Now I'm going back to draw, and I'm going back to the pencil. Right, so what if we have, like I was saying, what if we have negative 5 minus negative 4? This is the one that you guys will probably most mess up because you try to jump ahead. The signs are the same, but we have subtraction. It's subtraction, so we need to follow the rules for subtraction. In subtraction, change the subtraction to addition of the opposite. That's why I don't say addition of the negative. I'm saying addition of the opposite sign. So -5 minus -4 becomes -5 plus +4, which is, following this rule over here, subtract the bigger from, or the smaller from the bigger, keep the sign of the bigger one, 5 is bigger, and I'm subtracting 4 from 5, -1. Okay, give me, you can, now you can annotate. Can you see the options now, Zuri? Okay, you know what, I'm gonna put my chat, I'm gonna put the chat over here because I kind of have it over there, and it's, let me put the chat here. Put the chat down here. Oh, you know what, I'll put the chat up here. There we go. Gabby Huron, you're explaining from the teacher's point of view as for students and teachers. The annotation bar, if you've enabled the annotation bar, those, the bar is the same for student or teacher. As a teacher, I have an option to disable you guys from annotating. That would be in the bar where you were able to get to the annotation first. There's 3 dots, and then it gives a list of options. And one of it is disable students annotation. So if it's getting out of control, you can just, okay, we're going to stop that, and then stop the annotation. I had to do it. Believe me, with Abraham and Yvonne, I had to do it. Oh boy, next year, well, we'll see. But yeah, and then I did that a couple times, and then you know, they nicely asked me if they could do it again, and then they participated. But this is a good way. Now it's using Zoom, and that's why I say Zoom is so much. It is a lot nicer than Meet. It is. But if you're not doing something, you know, where you directly want them to do, and I will show you another way to do it, a different app that you're going to want to put on, then this is a good form to get everyone to participate, like we're going to do right now. Are we all ready to participate? Okay, do you guys get it? You know what to do here, right? Addition, what do we do for addition? Signs are the same, keep the sign, add them together. For addition, signs are opposite, keep the sign of the bigger number, subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, you've kept the sign. For subtraction, it's change subtraction to addition of the opposite. So subtracting a positive number becomes adding a negative number. Subtracting a negative number becomes adding a positive number. All right, you guys ready to try it? Should we do it? All right, now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to clear these, and then I'm going to go, I have to go, look at your annotation toolbar that popped up. I have to go all the way to the left to mouse. I'm going to click mouse, and now I'm going to, oh yeah, easy peasy, forgot about that. I'll show you how to do these things too. Okay. I'm going to move the chat over here now. Okay. What do we got? We got 5 plus 3. What's the answer? Use your stamp to click the answer. Ooh, or the draw. All right, excellent. All right, 1 point for Lalo. All right, clear. Ready for the next one? -5 plus 3. First 3 people to get it. -5 plus 3. Oh, okay. Excellent. Yes, -2. You guys see that? Because it's addition, opposite signs, keep the sign of the bigger number, subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, you've kept the sign. All right, what about this one? 25 plus -31. All right, David. Ooh, okay, Lalo, -6. Okay, and Jose Antonio, -6. Any other guesses? Ms. Huron? No? Okay, -6, -6. Okay, yes, -6. Why? You're adding opposite signs, keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger, now I'm going to go back to my annotation here because I'm explaining. The bigger number is 31, so I'm going to keep the negative sign. and then I'm going to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, which gives me 6, -6. Yes, correct. Very good. Very good. Okay, shall we do, let's do another one. All right. What about -15 plus -23? -38. Great. Why? Adding same number, like numbers, or adding like signs. Keep the sign, add the numbers together. Excellent. Let me forward through a little bit so I can just show, actually that's a good one there. Okay. Let's do more complicated ones. All right. Now, let me show you this. Oh, I didn't clear it. This is, I got these. The kids love them. they love these. It's an app called Wemoji. It's a little extension that you can put in and then take your picture and it will like make a emoji of you doing a bunch of stuff like you saw me lying on the couch or the welcome and stuff like that. So it's a fun way to personalize your presentations, right? I mean, they're seeing you on Zoom, but it's just kind of a fun way. It's like you're making it yours. Okay, so let's let me clear this. I'll show you where that extension is. Now I got to say something about that extension. It is so LGBTQ plus P or friendly. There are so many not good things, but it does have a lot of good ones. But you definitely want to look at one before you put it on there. Like I thought I was putting an emoji on there. I'm just going, yeah, whatever, like that. But it wasn't. It was like I was doing like a gay kind of sign. So you just got to be really, you got to look at them because sometimes they're not cool. Let's put it that way. All right. So let's try this. 93 minus 22. 71. Excellent. Very good. Who was that? Who was that? Is that you, Antonio? Yeah. Oh, no, Antonio's red. Oh, Lalo, yeah. Oh, good. All right. Try another one. -20 plus 41. Great. There's another one here that you can use. If you look up here at your annotation bar, you can, like for me, you can, my writing is so bad. You can do text. So you can do, well, it's a little small on this, but you can do a text box, and man, that's actually very, very small. So it wouldn't work on this. Other things, it works pretty well. But you could change, you know what, if I change the color, it would probably actually work better. There. Yeah, but not for this. Okay, going back to this. Clicking back on the mouse. -8 plus -23. Okay, 6, -31, -31, good. Oh, the type, good. Who put the type there? Who put this one there? The blue type. How'd you make it bigger?
Mine is
Expand
not
it?
working.
The typing?
The mouse and the tab, the mouse and the draw is not working.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Are you this purple? It could be the lag on your computer, maybe. Oh, Zuri, you're purple? Okay. Experiment with it. But these are good options. Again, these aren't necessary. I mean, you could just have them, you could have them type it in the chat. answers, you could have them put it in the chat or raise their hand. On the next one, we raise the hand. Whoever gets it first, raise your hand, okay? Okay, ready? 87 minus negative 36. Who's got it? Raise your hand. Okay, someone's not following directions. Yes, positive 113. Why? Because subtraction, addition of the opposite. And then we have a very easy problem that you've been doing since 3rd grade, right?
Mr. D?
Okay, yes.
I have a question. I don't see the option to raise my hand. I only see reactions, and then there's like a clapping sign and like a thumbs up sign.
Oh, I think it's in participants. Yeah, you know what? I don't use that anymore because sometimes you don't have it. I've been in Zoom calls where I don't have the option to digitally raise my hand.
Okay.
So for me, I think it's just a little more interactive. Actually, I used to do them that way, raise your hand digitally. But it was just more difficult than actually, watching someone just raise their hand.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip to the end here, okay? So I click back on mouse. I'm clicking through these. Right, I'm clicking through these. I give them enough practice. This will take a whole class. This will take your whole hour to go over this well, answer questions. If someone gets something wrong, that's a perfect time that someone who got a right answer can explain it to them. Okay, you as the teacher don't always have to be doing the talking and stuff. Right, so clicking through. I would try to put more of these than not enough, because I can always skip to the end. But if everyone's got it and everyone's doing well and you've gotten there, you don't have as much practice. It's harder to add things in. Se traba. Wait, Susie, you can't put annotations?
Yes, but it's because my computer.
Oh, okay.
It's freezing, but I can hear and I can see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my computer.
Okay, so let me go back here a second. So I went through all these. Usually, I didn't do it on this one though. I'll put some type of mark here so I know like I'm at the end, or I know I'm at like the last end, or I'll count. If I say, okay, a really hard one or something like that, I'll go, okay, I'm going to put like 3 really difficult ones on, and then I know when my next slide is. So I know I'm on the last one. Always good to do a final review. Review exactly what you were teaching, what you were having them do, all of the practice, have them repeat it. Okay, addition, what do we do? Signs are the same. We keep the sign, add them together. So -2 plus -5, what sign is it? You could just even ask them that. It's a negative. Why? Because they're the same. If they're together, and then I just would go over all of these and review all of these over again so they feel really good. And then I would give them a homework assignment to do, either on Jamboard, which we looked last time, or a worksheet that I sent to them or put on the chat, or I could do a forms. And I think I did a forms one on this. Let me, I'm gonna leave this. Oh, well, let me get to the end. Right, so here I'm reviewing everything we looked at. And then at the very end, oops. At the very end, I am telling what the homework is. Oops, whoa. So, all right, so this was the homework for this assignment. the homework was go to Khan Academy. So I'd make sure they all understood what the homework that I was asking them to, the assignment that I was asking them to do. Do quiz 1, email me a picture of 100% score. Because I'd worked with them with this, I didn't make them do tons of extra work. 1, I didn't want to do a lot of grading. And 2, I wanted to make sure that they were able to get the right answers. I understood if they knew I knew if they understood the assignment because I was working with them in the group. And I would call on people. So if I see, for example, okay, I haven't seen anything from Gabby Hiron right now. So Gabby, this is you. Just you answer this one. And then I would make sure that just Gabby answers it. Okay. So as a teacher, I was monitoring. That's why I put, if you see it has everyone's little, it has, thank you. Very good. I put it so whenever they draw, their name comes up. That was for my benefit more than anyone else, just so I could make sure and keep track of who's answering or who's just, oh, 5 people have written -64. I'm going to write -64. I don't know if it's right or not, but then that's why I would call on them and I would ask them to actually do the next one until I felt satisfied, right? Maybe I'll call on them, call on someone else. Okay, wait, no, you know, Gabby, you had trouble with that one. Let's try another one, right? Wait, Yvonne, stop answering. Okay, Gabby, let's do another one. Okay, try to make sure that you get everybody participating. Because it's new and it's techie, they're going to kind of like to participate, so that's a good thing. But you know, if they're not feeling confident and stuff, you know, they're not going to. Thank you. But Eduardo, I said, Ms. Hiron, okay, let's, well, you have to show me on the homework. Okay, and then again, the homework I have, I'd explain the homework to them right here. Right here. Okay. Oh, and then I put another one. Now, I thought I had these coming in on a timed thing. So you can see I had things dropping in at different times. How do you do that? Are you guys interested in that or no? On these, there's a button right here. Can you see that? It's called Animate. These will animate and make things come in at different times. You can have them come in. So I've clicked on an object right here, me. I've had it fly in from the right on click. I thought I had it on delay, like after previous. You can set how fast you want it to come in, and then you can have it fade out how you want it to do, right? Or wait, oops, fade out on click. So I'm gonna look at that animation again because I didn't like how it, you know, showed up at the end there. So I clicked this play button and it went through the slide and then I appeared. It's just like on PowerPoint. You don't have to use slides. You don't have to use slides if you don't want to. You can use PowerPoint. It works the same, exactly the same. You're presenting something, and then if you use Zoom and you allow the annotation, you can have all the students write on that one thing. Okay, so All I did was I chose for this thing, I chose a background. I went online and I found I'm going to get a chalkboard, since we're going to do a lot of like writing, and I knew in advance I wanted them to do writing. So I'm going to choose stop. So I chose a chalkboard background, and then a font and a title, one that would show up well. This was actually not a good background. I'll just tell you, this was not a good background, because if you see, it's like dark and light, and the contrasts were very difficult. So it was actually, apart from white, it was hard to get some of these letters to like appear. I had to use like neon letters. Okay, on this, you can see I had some annotations. Now, I'm sure I had these set to come in one at a time, not me having to click through them. So since it's set that way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it. I want all of these to come in one after another. Okay, so when I click from this slide to this slide, oh, I lost my chat. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh, you're back. Okay. Since I went from the back, I started like on black, all my presentations on black. Preference. I want these things to appear like one at a time, like they're written or like, you know, they're coming up on it, not just suddenly a big picture with all of everything on there, right? It's just a little thing. It's a subtle little thing, but it does make presentation a little more interesting, where students can focus one at a time on like what you're doing. So what I've done, what I'll do is I'll get rid of all this. I'll just show you from the beginning. Okay. Right now I just have a slide. So if I show it, I'm going to go into present mode right now. If I present it right now, it just shows up like that. Okay. I want it to be a little bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these animations that will appear one at a time. So the first thing I want to show up is I'm going to have the text show up. So I click on the text box, and then I'm going to click on animations. Well, actually, I already have it here, right? So add animation. You see that right here? Add animation. You know what? Let me put on my, where's the, yeah, here we go. Okay, add it. Does that help? Add animation to this box. Fade in. I think I'll have it fly from the left. So it's going to come in from the left over to the right. And I'll just have it come in after previous. So coming in after previous means that when I click on the slide, the green slide will come up, and then the words will slide over to the right. Now I'm gonna add an animation to me here, and I'm going to have it fly out to the top. No, fly in from the top. No, fly in from the bottom. That's what I want. Fly in from the bottom, and I'm going to have it come in after the words come in. So I'm going to do after previous. That means that this will start after this. And I don't want the time of animation to be too long, so I'm gonna actually move it up pretty fast. The last thing I have right here is the Mr. B. So I'm gonna click on Mr. B. And this little text box is gonna come up, and I'm gonna add animation. and I'll have it zoom in. So it's gonna whoosh, come in like that. So I'm gonna click on zoom in, and I'm gonna have it come in again after previous, and I'm gonna have this zoom in fast for kind of a better effect. You can have it go in very slowly or very quickly. I'm gonna have it come in really fast. Okay, now with these, you can move them around, right? Let's say after seeing this, I'm gonna press play and it's gonna run through the animation, okay? I'm gonna press play and you're gonna see this run through the animation. So there's my black slide. Here's the screen coming in, coming up, and then here comes Mr. B. That was very slow. Why was that Mr. B very slow? Oh, wow. It was a slow effect. I thought I had it here. Oh, maybe I moved it back. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. There we go. Okay, but let's say I want to change it, and I'm gonna put myself coming in, welcoming them, and then having the words come in. All I have to do is just grab the fly in, and I'm gonna put it ahead. So the first thing that's gonna come in is my welcome. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna have this zoom in. And I'll have it zoom in a little slower. So I'm gonna zoom in with the welcome, and then the words will come, and then it'll say Mr. B at the bottom. Right, so I'm gonna play that. There's the black slide here. There's my welcome. I like that better. Now with slides, everything is saved, so it's nice. Any questions with that? Yes, Gabby.
Okay. I have a Word with slide presentations too. And the two ways to move the slides is by clicking or by timing. So my question is that when you are presenting the presentation, and the people is interacting with the slide, if for any reason you click on the slide, you will switch to the other one. Because is that
only if you're on mouse. Only if you're on mouse.
With mouse.
But if you click on that annotation bar, it doesn't click on the slide. But then you actually need to click the slide. So actually, when I'm doing the presentation and I'm having them interact, I can no longer use my keyboard.
Okay.
Because if I click on something, then it's not the slide. Then I actually have to click on the slide to get back on the slide. You know what I'm saying? If I click on the animation bar, then I'm in Zoom.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Think of it this way. The annotations are on top of the annotations are on, here's the presentation, here's the annotations. Kids are annotating on it, and then I want to clear those annotations. But this is a Zoom app. So I just can't click again because I'm clicking on Zoom. I have to click, I have to make sure that on the annotation bar, I'm on mouse, and then I have to actually click on the presentation and then click again, and then it will click forward on me.
Okay, okay. So using the Zoom bar or the annotation options, when you can control the interaction without changing to the next slide. Is that what I understood? That's what you meant? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and I have another question, Mr. B.
Yes.
I can see that in the presentation, the presentation is in the share mode. That means that in order to work with the interaction, we need to have it in that way, or not necessarily?
You mean the Zoom share mode?
No,
Yeah.
it's because the presentation is in the share mode.
You mean this right here?
That's a condition to work with Zoom and the people to interact, or not?
I don't have this shared. I'm not sharing this because I'm presenting it and I'm doing screen sharing with Zoom.
Okay.
Students have no access to this.
I know, but my question is, you need to set that in advance so you can present it in Zoom. But it not depends on one to the other, right? So it's separate.
I
mean, my question is this, the next one. Because right now you have it, do you have it shared or not? No. Anyone?
shared by Zoom or shared by Google?
Shared by Google.
No.
Is a condition to work with share with Google? No?
You mean this button right up here? I do not have this shared.
Okay. Okay.
No. What I would do is afterwards, when I've done the presentation, I would then go to my classroom, and I will put this on Classroom.
Okay.
And then from that Classroom thing, then I would say, allow students to view file. And all they can do is view it. But better than that, let me show you this. I'm glad you asked that. Let me show you this. I'm going to go on to my week 37. I'm going to go on to, I'm in my teacher account here. I'm in incognito, as you can see, because my teacher account conflicts with my personal account. And I don't want any conflicts right now. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, which here is how I organize my Google Drive. Because we'd already started doing housework before we used Classroom, I had all my stuff organized for housework and school. And we didn't know when we were going back to classes, right? You know, it was, you know, at the end of March, and then it was at the end of April, and then the end of May, and then, you know, they kept pushing it back. So I didn't want to reorganize everything. So I left it in my main account. But this would be my class, my class presentation I'm doing. So I organized it as everything in week 37. This was still when we were at, we weren't at the end, but we were looking like we were going to be doing this for a while. And what I did was this. I took pictures and I made pictures of the important parts of my presentation. So if you see right here, I made two. I put the homework. I'm going to click on this. I did the homework slide and I put that on Classroom on the assignment. And then I did, where is it? And then I did this one, the easy rules to remember. Because this is what my whole teaching this day, I was focused right on this. And then I put that on the assignment page. So on the assignment page, I put this slide, and the link for the homework, because it was Khan Academy, right? So I put the link right to that assignment. And then I also uploaded this video just to let them, not video, but thing just to view. And then I recorded this via actually this time we were still using Zoom. We hadn't had classrooms yet. I recorded it with Zoom, and then I posted that onto YouTube, and then I took the link from YouTube. I made it what's it called? Unlisted. So you have to actually have the link to find it. You just can't search for it. I made it unlisted. I recorded the whole presentation with the kids. I uploaded that onto YouTube. I grabbed that link and then I pasted that link of the whole lesson that we all did together, like just right now. I posted that on YouTube and put it on the assignment. So they had, and let me tell you why I do that.
You really needed the presentation, no?
Well, yeah, well, like Abraham went to the States. So his internet started becoming a little a little, I don't know if you know, but the Myers, they kind of had like not great internet. And Katya had a little bit of trouble too. So I would record my things, put them on YouTube, and then link them right into the assignment. Okay, that sounds good. Any questions? So if you look, all of my slides, all I did was just change some of these numbers. Wait, why isn't that going? Oh, stop. There you go. All I did was just, you know, put a negative sign there, put a negative sign. This was very fast to make. Very, very fast. You know, this was all the pre-learning, right? The, you know, pre-investigation, getting them to think about, well, wait, if it's 6 plus 8, then what would this be? Oh, well, it can't be 14 because a negative number isn't the same as a positive number. So it would make them think, right? And then I explained it. It's kind of the QWL, right? You know, those QWL sheets. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. What I know, what I want to know, and what I've learned. So this is like this part. This is straight up pedagogy, right? This part right here is the K. What do you know? What can you figure out? Because if you're just telling him everything, you know, they could be on another screen doing Minecraft or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if they're trying to figure it out, it gets them into flow theory, which is another pedagogy thing. Then they get interested in it. The other thing to get them into flow was the annotating, right? Because that makes it something active that they're doing. So again, they're thinking about, wait, oh, but if this is 14, then what would this be? It can't be the same. Maybe it's you know, it's like subtracting. And maybe they've figured it out by the time we get down here to my rules. Then I tell them what it is. And then we practice what it is. We did some easier ones. And then, you know, I try to get, you know, so they weren't checking out. You know, oh, okay. Then it's like, oh, okay, let's do some harder ones. And then we had more of a contest in this part. So it just kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. And then just, you know, a silly picture, right? You know, just a silly picture, you know, it gets them interested. And I made them, you know, write their answers all out here. Right. I didn't even solve any of these. I'm just, you know, writing up questions right then and there. And then coming back, then the final review, you know, the L part, what I've learned, and then just the reminder of the homework. It's, I don't know, half hour maybe. Took me about a half hour to do that. Because once I knew what it was, I was just changing numbers, right? I was just changing numbers, put a couple things in there, but it all has to do with your planning, right? If you know exactly what this is a key. I'm sorry. This is very important. You're focusing on a specific aspect that you want them to learn. I'm not going into all the other stuff. Now we know those Saxon books, they're very good for math, yes? They're very good. Lot of review, you know, you're always practicing all these things. But you can't do that I don't believe you could do that on an online teaching. Go through a whole bunch of different things and over. You can ask for questions or something, or questions from the day before. But to try to go through a bunch of different things, I think you need to narrow it down. So especially in pre-algebra, when we started doing the classes online, I completely had to switch. I went from the whole Saxon idea of way of doing things to looking through it and going, what are the 8 things that I want them to learn by the end of the semester? And then I just picked those out and I focused on those a week. And then I just had a little bit of homework that just had a couple extra questions with it on there. Or I threw it on Jamboard. Yeah, write a question on Jamboard and then, hey, let's do some warm up. And then if I worked with Jamboard like we did last time, remember we did on that Jamboard where you could write on the screen. I would just take us right to a Jamboard. I can do it right now. I would.
Yeah, with the apples, right?
Yeah, but let me show you how easy this could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna, hey guys, let's do this. We're still in annotation mode, right? So it's even easier. I'm opening a Jamboard. I'm gonna make a brand new Jamboard. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay. Go. And then, you guys have to write the answer. And then you guys can all annotate and write the answer on this. You don't even have to use the Jamboard tools. Actually, on Zoom, there's something called Whiteboard. And that's basically Jamboard. If you, I'm gonna share something new. Yeah, we only have like 10 minutes, right? And then we're gonna take a break. Maybe we can break early. That'd be nice. Let me show you this. I'm gonna do a new share. I don't usually use this because I do Jamboard because I want to keep everything that the students have done, evidences and stuff. If I'm opening up a new screen share in Zoom, now Meet has this too. And I'm gonna click Whiteboard. Share. Now you're seeing this. And it gives you the annotation tools and you can just work on this directly. All you guys see is the whiteboard, right? I have the Jamboard and everything else out open behind it, but you can't see that because I've selected only whiteboard. So, I can just start using my annotation tools here and, go from there. It's another option. Questions?
Is that the whiteboard from Jamboard, Mr. B?
No, that's the whiteboard from Zoom. Zoom has a whiteboard. But it doesn't look like I can type on it. I'm trying to type on this and it doesn't look like I can. What's this? I really don't use this because I use Jamboard, like I said. But I'm telling you, Zoom has this option right there. But I don't see that I can. Oh yeah, see, look, it's exactly like Jamboard. I made another page. So whiteboard in Zoom is the same. I would call it the same as Jamboard. But on Jamboard, I will get to keep all of the work and I can set it up beforehand.
Okay.
But if we need extra practice or we need to do things, Zoom is a little more refined than Meet. It is. I'm not trying to say this, but what I'm seeing here is I can't do text. I can only draw. Can I change color? Yes. But I can't. Can I stamp? Nope. So all you can do on whiteboard is draw. But again, this is another good option. Yeah. Break? Yeah, should we do break? I think so. Yeah, let's do it. So what time did, oh, Mr. Ron, you had another question? Oh, that was a while ago. What time did, we say we have break? Okay, let's take a break to, I thought Antonio put it in the chat. Am I missing it?
I saw it too. It says 12:30 to 12:45, I think. But
I think,
I'm not sure.
yeah, I think, well, let's do it 12:30 to 12:45, 12:25 to 12:45, yeah? And then we come back, okay?
Thank
Okay,
you.
Okay.
break. Pause. Okay,
Yeah, on third grade.
yeah. Your boy, yeah.
They begin.
Yeah, really simple sentences. The cat is home. Or, you know, the car is red. You know, what's the verb? Double underline the verb. What's the subject? You know, what's home? Place. Therefore, it's an adverb. Sorry, dog again. Come in. Come in. You too. Get in. Go to bed. Okay. Let me show you something else. I'll leave the definitely the most difficult one for last. Let me show you oops, I hit the wrong one. Sorry, I gotta let this load and then unload. So what I was saying was, I like using slides now. It's definitely not as nice. All of the Google apps are not as nice as like the premier paid for ones, right? Documents is not as nice as Word. Sheets is not as nice, and you know, as Excel. Slides is not as nice or as many features as PowerPoint, but they're all integrated perfectly with all of the Google products and with Classroom. So for me, I straight up use all the Google stuff now. If I want to do something very nice looking, like, I mean, slides, the only thing I really can't get is a type font. You'll see on slides, I think the biggest drawback of slides is that the fonts, there's only like 15 fonts. There's not not a lot of fonts. Sorry, there we go. Now I can close that. There's not a lot of fonts on slides. I think that's probably the biggest drawback.
You can add it as an image.
Yes, that you can, and that's what I would do. So if I want to make something very nice and very technical, or you know, if I have a specific font or something, or some type of feature that the Google products don't support, I do it in my Microsoft product, and then I'll save it as a picture, and then throw it up on the screen. But you know, for stuff like what I did with the math, it was easy. I just did that all on slides. It was not a problem. It was not a problem. I did have, well, let me back up. I had one problem with slides, and I did do it on PowerPoint and then import them as pictures, is that you cannot do complex at all equations on slides. So you can't do like a square root equation or something. No, you can't do that on slides. You can do that on PowerPoint because it'll let you import an equation. So you can write a very nice equation on PowerPoint. So what I would do, I would write, what was it? It was for using, when I was dividing fractions by fractions. I was dividing fractions by fractions. I wanted specific numbers over the top, and I needed negative numbers, and I was using X. So what I did was I typed them on PowerPoint, saved it as a picture on PowerPoint, and then pasted it onto slides. There's a workaround, and you know, for whatever. But a lot of my teaching that I did I used either videos that I wanted students to watch, and we all watched together and would discuss, or I made presentations in PowerPoint and or Jamboard. Some classes were straight up Jamboard classes. I made a Jamboard of a bunch of equations that I just pasted on there, and then, you know, we would all go work together. I set them up on Teams. I said, you guys work together and you guys work together on this one. You know, you guys do this page and you guys do that page. And they each had their own. So it's pretty nice for whatever you want to do. But any other questions with this? I'm going to leave slides altogether. Okay, goodbye slides. Let me show you a fast thing in the Classroom app that I didn't mention to the whole group. I did tell specific teachers that asked me, but I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the screen actually too. So, ooh, yeah, the whole screen. Okay. This is our class. I'm here as a teacher, right? I do not work when I'm working and doing grading and collecting assignments and stuff like that. I don't work in the classroom. I work over here on the left. So if you can, let me do the annotate and do the high spotlight. There we go. So wait, it didn't do it. Okay. I'm over here on the left. So if I click, if you click on this link right here, it takes you back to the home page, the stream. Let's say I'm adding a student. And I finished adding a student. If I click right here, it will take me right back to the stream, that very, very front page. I clicked on it, oop, there we go, right at the stream. So again, here's where I would do the, you know, welcome announcements and any other thing. I'd put like, you know, 1 or 2 a week at least. For sure, I would have them all appear on Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Boom, they all appeared. Or Monday morning, 7 o'clock. Boom, they all appeared. If you click these 3 lines, the hamburger they call it, you can get right to your other classes, and it will open up the page. Well, I'll just click it. It'll open up the page of all the tiles of classes that you have. I never use that page, except if I want to make a new class. I think you will never use that page. When you enter classrooms, it takes you right there. And then, you know, when you're gonna make a class, you know, that's where you make a new class. But I'm gonna click on the link right up here, classes. And maybe it's different in your computer with Spanish, I don't know. Clicked on that, there we go. These are all the classes that I have open. This account as a teacher and a student, because I've entered as a co-teacher to Gabby Vasquez's class right here. And Oli made a class and put me in as a student so I could see if she was doing some things right. That's fine. If you would like to, let me offer this. If you would like to start making your classes and then assigning something, and you want to put me in as like an observer, or you want to ask me, hey, can you look at this, see if it's working for you? You could put me in as a student. That's fine. Jeffrey Ballane at cornerstoneacademy.com. That's totally fine. I can come in as a student and just see it from the student view. Okay. Like I said, this is not so useful. Oh, here's our teacher class, right? But this is the main page. You want to make a new class, it's right here. Add a class, create a class, join a class, right here. You'll probably never use this page except to make a class. If you click on this, it takes you to the calendar. That opens up Google Calendar. I'm not going to show it to you right now, but all of the classes that you are in or are a teacher of will appear on the Google Calendar. All of the assignments and everything. And then it'll let you select if you want to deselect and not, and like make a class invisible. You don't want to see it. Then you can do that too. Any questions No? Okay, good. Go ahead and just speak up. If you have a question about something, maybe let's not put it in the chat. Maybe just like ask me. I think that I would be able to focus a little bit better with that. Okay, it's this right here. Teaching to review. I use this all the time. This is where I work. So when I enter in, I'll immediately, like I've just signed in, okay, classroom, I'll immediately go right here. I'm gonna go to main menu, to review. It will open up any open assignments that I have not marked as complete. So I'm gonna click on this link to review, or maybe it says tasks. It used to say tasks. They changed it to review over the break. I can choose which class. You can see a big link. And all the classes that I have, all the homework of all the assignments of classes that are not marked as review for all classes. Now you can work as like this, like if you're teaching, you know, math and language arts 3 and language arts 4 and language arts 5 and Bible, you can, all of your assignments, anything you have assigned as an assignment is here. And you can click on it and then immediately start grading it or looking at it. So this is Gabby's. Let me go to the verb search. Right here, it tells me no one's turned it in, no one's turned it in, no one's turned it in. If someone has turned it in, I'll immediately see it there. That's why I work from this page. When it comes to, you know, I finished eating lunch, all right, I'm done. Okay, I have a couple hours before my English class. I'm gonna you know, grade some assignments. I'll immediately press this to review. Anything that someone's assigned will be like right here. It'll say like this, turned in. And then you click on that and it will take you to the assignment and then you can immediately start grading it. So I'll just show you. I'm going to click on verb search. Let's pretend someone turned in their verb search. I clicked on turned in. It takes me right to this page, right? And I can click on someone's assignment and I can immediately start grading it. Well, you know what? He didn't turn in his assignment. I'm going to give him a 0, 0. All right, done. Return, grade, done. That's the individual one. Remember, this opens up I gotta move that. This opens up second page, right? Here's the assignment where I'm grading things. Here's the main page of everybody. I'm reviewing this. I'm gonna give everyone a 0 that didn't turn in their assignment. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, go a little slower. Gave them all 0s, then I'm gonna do return. And then everyone's graded. So you can do group grading right here too. Yep, return all those. I can then go right here and it will take me right back to the stream page. If I click on teachers, it'll take me to the stream. Click, boom, right to the stream. Or as soon as I finish grading that, I would go right back to review. Now everyone's turned in their verb search. I click to review. Everyone's doing the verb search. I want to wipe this out of my view. I don't want to see this anymore. So I'm going to click these 3 dots. Mark as reviewed. And there it's going to eliminate verb search. Now, it didn't erase anything. All it did was, if you look over here, I'm in the to review section. What it did was, when I click those 3 dots like this, I'll do it with Apple Power too. I'm gonna do it with Apple Power. I'm clicking on Apple Power, markers reviewed, and it's gonna leave my to review and it will go to the reviewed tab. So I'm going to click on reviewed, and there it is, Apple Power verb search. But literally, I never look at this page unless someone tells me, maybe like once or twice a week. You know, like someone turned in a very late assignment or something. Oh, Mr. B, I did turn it in. Oh, and then I'll come over to this page. But what this does is it lets you clear this out. So you only have ones that you need to focus on. That's why I work from this page. This is like my home page in Classroom. I'll just have it open. Oh, I got to grade this. Yeah, here 2 people turned it in, and then I'll jump right in there and I'll grade it and then pop right back to this page. This is a very useful feature. Instead of bouncing from class to class to class to class to class to class, looking at all the assignments. No, I absolutely don't suggest that way. Questions? No? Okay, so once again, to click on the hamburger, it opens this side thing. I'm clicking on to review. It opens the to review tab. I can grade assignments here. And then when they're finished, I can mark them as, like I will right here. I can, oh, that's not mine. I'm gonna mark bird wings as reviewed. And it will disappear from this tab, and it will go to this tab, reviewed, bird wings. Very helpful. And you could still enter them here. Let's say, you know what, I forgot to finish grading all these. So I can click right on that. Oh, here they are. Should we give everyone a 0? Yeah. 0, 0, 0, 0. Right, I'm just going through and giving everyone a 0. That didn't turn in their work because it was due. Return, return, return all. Yes. All of these have now been graded. And if I go back to, I'm going to go right back to the hamburger. I'm not even going to go to the main page. I'm going to go back to the hamburger, back to review. That was bird wings, right? I'm going to go over to reviewed. And look, now all bird wings are graded. So don't be afraid to move things out of this page into the next page. Keep this area nice, and I'm going to get out of Gabby Vasquez's class. I was helping her with something. So I'm going to get out of Gabby Vasquez's class and get out of all this. But I keep this nice and limited to what's due that week or like what's pending. And then this is a lot easier to work from than jumping in to each of the classes, going to the classwork page, looking to see what work from here. Let me show you one other thing. Here you can enter, and yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Once you grade them, they can see the grades, or you can.
Once you press return. So here, let's grade these. Let's grade these.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna grade this.
Mm-hmm.
I graded 2, but let's grade them all. Okay. Everyone, this is assigned to everybody, but I've only graded 2 of them. So I'm gonna give people 0s. I'm just gonna give a couple. I'll give myself a 0. Notice how all of a sudden this highlighted, it went from gray to blue. I'm gonna return all of those, and it will ask me, do you want to return these? And I will say yes. Even though the students did not return it to me, right? You students did not return this to me, but I'm going to give you now a grade because you didn't turn it in. I'm pressing return, and I'm going to put a comment, and it will go to all of those students. Incomplete. Return. Now everyone gets that message. It will come in as an email to them, and everyone will get that grade. And now these are all ungraded. See, sample 4, private comment, incomplete. Jeffrey. Takes me to Jeffrey's. Private comment, incomplete. I got a 0. So notice now the return button is gray again. You see it's gray? As soon as I put a grade in, it will now show up as green. And now I can do something with that. I can also bulk return these. I can click on assigned, and now it is highlighting everybody that's assigned. And I'm going to do a return, and it's going to return them as a grade of missing. I don't use the missing because it won't count against the grade, and I don't think that's right. So if you do missing, it will not count as a 0, like N grade did. Remember that, Ms. Huron? Yeah, that's it. It's just you, Ms. Huron. They used N grade. If you typed M or missing, it would register as a 0. This will not. So it will not count negatively towards your grade, which not doing an assignment should do, right? So I'm going to return these, right? I click this right here, assigned. Everyone who's assigned it is now getting now going to get a missing. And I'm going to do return. Return these. Okay. And then it's going to show up that these are missing. Let's go to the grade. I go into teachers because I want to get to the grade book. So I clicked on the teachers link, takes me to the front page. I'm going to click on grades, and it will just say missing. Notice it just says missing. It doesn't count as a 0. I'll show you how it doesn't count as a 0 in that I can make all these 10s. I'm going to make all these 10s. Oh, but then oh, good. Notice it saved it as a draft. That means I haven't returned it yet. So if you see this, see it says draft. I changed this grade, I changed this grade, and I changed that grade. But I didn't return it. So I didn't like enter it into the grade book. I'm going to return these now. Return. Return. And return. Now look at my grade. I have 100%. How can I have 100% when I have 2 missing assignments? Do you see that? So I think I don't like it personally because it doesn't count into the grade. But then that gives students, if student Jeffrey enters, hey, I got 100% in my class, but you're missing half the assignments, right? I'm missing half the assignments. So that gives a false grade. Watch, I'll enter this one. Now this one's in classwork. Classwork was 50%, right? I'll put a 0 here and watch this grade drop fast. Right now it's just missing. I'll put a 0, return it, and watch that 100% drop. Bam, now it dropped. Because 50% and half of the 50% is a 0. So I only have 10 out of 20 because I only have 2 classwork assignments. So there are 20 points in the category of classworks. So immediately drop. So I suggest don't leave anything missing. Don't leave it as missing. Return everything as a 0. But it's up to you. And whatever you work with Antonio and Yada in this. Yeah. My students know if you don't turn it in, That's a 0. So, questions? Okay, so we've worked a little bit more in classroom. These are some important details. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to my working area. So I'm clicking on the hamburgers to review. It takes me back to that. Takes me back to that page. Right? Look, now Apple Power is 9 and 6 are graded because I gave myself a 0 in there, remember? So now this has dropped. Now it says 9. There are 9 that have not come in. Okay, one last thing from here. 2 last things. You can get to any archived classes that you have right here. I can show you all my old classes. So I'm going to click on that. Here are all my classes from last year. Well, not all of them because I put some of them back in there so you could see. But composition, physics, pre-algebra, biology, and then I have Bible in my active classes still. So you can click any of these, you can go in, you can see all the assignments. Here's my grade book for, right? Grade book for math. Now I've deleted people out of there, and I deleted them because they're not coming back. All of their information is gone because I deleted them out of the platform. So Naomi, Regina, and Alicia are not coming back. So I deleted them out of the platform and all of their information is gone. Just what we had written down. Okay, going back to the hamburger. One other thing, you can click on settings. This will tell you how you want to receive all your emails. This is important. So I'm clicking on settings. This is my teacher account. You cannot change a picture. You can't put a picture there. So I've tried many times, and I'm the admin of the G Suite, and I can't do it. So, what do you want notifications for? Give me email notifications, and then you're going to get all this. If you turn this off, you'll get nothing. So, depending on what you want. Because I have this as, you know, this is a separate teacher account. I just leave it as a teacher. I don't even put it on my phone. Fine, I'll take the email comments and stuff. Because if you make a comment, for example, on that Apple Fun, I put comments on your assignments, right? I would put comment, oh, hey, Zuri, fix this, please. Right, and then I put a comment on there. You as a student, if you fix it, you can click the check mark and then it will erase that out as a comment. I will not then see it anymore. So I receive all emails of comments because then that shows I have a comment. It's for evidences, right? Important for teachers that you have evidences. So I receive the email comments, so I have evidences of that I told them, hey, you know, you need to fix this. Yeah, what, you didn't tell me that? Yeah, I did. And I go back to the email comment. It's like, well, there's no comment on my thing. It's like, well, because you erased it. So students can resolve comments by, should we look at one? Maybe we should just look at one. Where should we go? Bible. Classwork. Oh, no, not Bible. Archive. All right, let's go here. I'm in an archive class. I'm going back to an assignment. All right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to open the assignment. I'm in grading mode right now. Oh, I'm not in grading mode. Hang on. Wrong. No. Okay. Katya. Wait. Okay, I'm in grading mode now. This is the PDF that I attached. I didn't want them to change it. These are the instructions for this assignment. I'm going to click on actually the work that she returned to me. Right? So how do I do that? It's over here. Part of the assignment was I gave them a PDF of the explanation and then a blank paper to start working their biography in. So here is the PDF. I didn't put any comments on the PDF because this is just an explanation. So I'm going to go to the biographical book report. Click on that. And there should be some comments here. Over here is a rubric, very helpful. You can see all my comments that I sent to her. Nope, see, she's fixed all these comments. So this again is not, because she accepted all of my explanations, because I would, in comments, I would give them explanations. Yeah. That's exactly why I keep all the emails of comments. Because she resolved everything, so there's no comments. It looks like I've never commented on her paper. But I probably had 50 comments on her paper showing her what to write. Hey, this verb tense is incorrect. Let's see, Paolo, maybe he didn't. Nope, he's accepted them all too. Oh, I know the reason. Because I told him, if you accept the comments and you fix it, then I will give you a bonus point. I can't do it in this one. Rats. I really want to show you this. I need to go back to a different assignment. Okay, let's try this. Can I stop? Okay, Brisa, no. Please. Here, finally, there we go. Okay. See these? These are comments. If I click on it, it'll take me and highlight the one that I'm commenting on. She can click resolve. And when you click resolve, that comment is gone. So if I click resolve, this comment will disappear. Watch. Gone. So if I open her paper again, it's not there. That's why all those other ones, because those are the finished biographies, those have all disappeared. Especially like this. Revise, this quote should be directly related to discovering gravity. Right? Now she changed it. So she did revise it. Now she can check resolve and that will disappear. But I can do resolve and students can press resolve. If they press resolve and you don't have the evidence of it, they can say, but you never told me that that one was wrong. Or you never suggested anything. And sometimes students don't do it intentionally. It's, they're just, what is this? And then, oh, now it's gone, right? Or they don't want to see all this. So my point with this is to keep any discussion that I have with students and have evidence for it, I always have this setting enabled to receive comments. And then if it's something that, doesn't really matter, like it says done or something like that, I'll delete it. But I try to keep relevant comments. Class notifications, this will tell you which classes you want them for. I don't really want Gabby Vasquez's, I'm turning it off. And I don't really need Oli's, I'm turning that off. So I will only get notifications of these by email of the teachers group and of my old Bible class from last year. And then you could just choose what you want to hear. Event invitations code. Yeah, I want to, if someone asks me to co-teach, I'll be there. Resubmissions of work, late submissions of work. I just think it's better to receive it and throw it away, since it's in a school account anyway. Doesn't matter, right? If I have a bunch of email, and I'm just, either deleting them or archive. It's fine with me. I would rather have them and have evidences, which are very important, than not have it. Questions on any of this? I want to leave classroom. Okay, all right, let's get out of here. Delete and close. Okay. I want to show you this. I have 3 of them set up. It's basically all we'll be able to get to. You can do, and I like to do these, you can make surveys, or you can make assignments or tests via the Forms app on Google. Google. The Forms app on Google. It's very easy to make. It can be self-grading. So I'm not going to go back through, and I don't have to grade it. If you can make it like multiple choice answers, multiple choice questions, it will do all the grading for you and give you a score, and then you can just import that score. It's very nice. But you can do one with more, like open-ended questions, like writing and stuff. Now you guys are, David, no, you're in junior high. But Suri and AMC, you guys are kind of doing the smaller classes, so you're probably not going to have like a lot of typing and stuff. But I chose 3 different ones to show. So this first one was a survey, and I had them do it. It was like, if you fill in the assignment, it's 5 points. It's 5 points for reading, and basically it was, I made a questionnaire, a survey. Do we have another read aloud? Because we finished the read aloud with like, in the second week, before Easter, we finished the read aloud. So I gave a survey, hey, do you guys want to have another read aloud? If you want it, then I'll do it. How did I do it? I recorded my voice on YouTube, and I put it on YouTube, and then they would just listen to it whenever they wanted to. And then I would ask questions about it, so they had to listen to it. I would ask questions about it by making a Google form, and then having to answer some questions about it, open-ended questions. So I made this by, I put a picture up here, read aloud, vote, put your name, then they put their name. I'm showing you from the teacher view right now. I asked them a question, do we have another read aloud, yes or no? And then if we have one, so you can say no and then vote, well, if we do have one, choose one. And they unanimously chose another read aloud. If we do have another read aloud, what kind of story? Choose only 2. So they can choose 2 of these, like mystery and suspense, science fiction, fantasy, blah, blah, blah. Let me show you how I made this. Let me show you what this looks like from your view. This is my view, right? A student sees this. They open the link and they see this. Required. Oh, your name. Jeffrey B. Do we have another read aloud? Yes. What should we do? I like science fiction and yeah, another nature book would be good. Submit. Thank you for your vote. This is the student view, okay? This will lead me, now I didn't open this will lead me, now I'm back to the teacher view here. this is my response tabs. It gives me all of the responses and the summary. So Naomi, oh, because I also invited 6th grade. This is 6th grade and 7th grade. So everyone that voted, here's mine right here. See, Jeffrey B. Do we have another read aloud? Yes or no? Overwhelmingly. And then if we do, what should we use? Mystery and suspense. So guess what we did? We did another mystery and suspense. Because this is just a simple survey like this, I didn't want to collect a spreadsheet of all the answers. That was unimportant for this, because this tells me all I need to know about this survey. This is really fun. Students, they love this. So what you could do is you could be teaching a class and then have like an instant quiz that you've just created, you know, right before you did the class, or, you know, right in your planning. And then you could have them all go right either during or after your class with them. They could all go right to the quiz and then answer it, and then you can see. Like for math, for example, for math, I could have made one. You know what? Maybe we should do it, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay? Yeah, let's do that. But you can go immediately get an instant quiz, and you can see how it is. So, shall we build one of these? Let's build one of these. But before we build one, let me just get this out of the way. Let me just show you a couple other things you can do with them, and because these can be more complex. I'm just showing. We're going to do. Yeah, we have half an hour. I'm going to do a really basic survey, based on like the math thing that we just did. Okay, and then you can get an instant response right then and there. So you could say in the Zoom call, okay, everyone, now the quiz is open. Go to the quiz, or you can post the link right in the chat and paste the link right in the chat here. Here, go do this quiz now. And then, you know, and I'll be right here. And then you wait on the Zoom or Meet, you know, and then you can bring them back, and then you can see, oh, did they understand? Whoa, like 50% were wrong. That's terrible. And then you could, you know, go from there, right? Just kind of as a checking thing. So let me show you these. These are more complex ones that I did. This was just a simple survey, right? Questions, responses. I can attach I can make a spreadsheet. I didn't do it because it wasn't necessary. From it, you can see the question and how people answered their question. Or you can see how individuals answered. Like Naomi said yes, and she wanted those. Nicole said yes, and she wanted classic and random stories. Abraham said yes. Let's find out who said no. Yeah. Rahina said no. Surprised? I'm not. I'm not surprised. Rahina said no, but if we do, yeah, historical or random. Okay, so these responses, you can look at them in many ways. Individual, how an individual answered. By question, right? Here's the question. Do we have another read aloud? Yes, 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 yes. No. Here's one response for no. Who was it? Response 4, Rahina. Or the last question was, if we have one, choose. And then, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Here's one I did for biology. I had this grade the whole assignment. I did all of this by auto grading, and we'll do that for the quiz that we're going to make. Let me go to view mode so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, first thing, before you can look at it, you got to type in your name, right? And I made it required, you have to. So they go right through. What's the feeding body drops to near freezing? It's called hibernation. Right, I'm going right through. I'm just picking answers here, right? I'm just picking them. I'm not even going to answer all of them. Next. I put them in like sections. Okay, fastest growing animal, baleen whale, bears, who knows, pod, why not? I put in pictures to make it interesting, so it's not just text. Blah, 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 blah. I show graphs. Next. Read each question carefully. I did this for White Fang because we were reading White Fang. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, why not? True, true, true. True, 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 and true, 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 true. Paris, lay down. Next. Choose 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm having these automatically, they're like scrambling the questions too, if I want them to. True and false, I'm not doing it. I'll show you that. Choose one. Okay. Hyrax, blah, 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 blah. These types are the ones the ones that are the easiest to do for instant grading. What do I mean? True, false, where they choose one, or they do a drop-down box, or this. The marking the check boxes. Those are the ones that can be instant grading. No. Paris, stop. And then at the end, I had for a bonus point, what does that picture above represent? And that's what? Creation of man in God's image. Right? Submit. Okay. So I'm showing you this because this is a more complex test. I did connect this to a spreadsheet. So I'm gonna close this. Here's my spreadsheet. It registers all of the answers. Oh man, I only got 5 out of 40. But I didn't choose all the answers. But here's my grade, 5 out of 40. So I'd go, 5 out of 40. And then I could look and see, wait, hey, they didn't answer those. What happened? Why wouldn't they answer those? And you can see it gives you all of the questions. Hey, lay down. It gives you all of the questions up here. Right, let me make this bigger. There. These are all the questions. And then these are the answers. And this is my thing. And then the bonus point, I did the grade. I had to do this. So I had to come in here and, oh, he didn't get one. So I'm going to mark it with red. Yeah, red. Sorry, Jeff. Very nice. This is easier to see than the other one. Although, if let me go back to the test. If I come back and look at the responses on the test, this summary one is very good. It tells me frequently missed questions. It tells me who answered what, which ones they know, which ones they got. Ooh, look at this. So this one seemed like it was a question that was not, they didn't understand it well, or what are you doing? Go outside. Go. No. Too late for that. Sorry. So you can see how they did per question. Now, this is a nicer way to look at it than this, right? But either will give you the responses. Right? I can do it by question or by individual again. All right, I'm closing this. The last one I want to show you is this one for church, for Bible class. It's the primitive church. So with this, I'll show you the student view. Same thing, name and then required, Jeff. I had him choose the class because then it was a multi-grade class. So then what I would do is I would sort the Excel sheet by the class. So I was able to enter them easier that way. Prepa, why not? And then how many times did you do the reading? I did it twice. I give you a little explanation here. You can put this in. Next, these are half and half. Some of these are questions that were graded, that graded automatically, like these. Others were not. I had to go back through and grade ones that are written, because you can choose, you can make a written answer, but if they misspell the word, or if they put a capital letter, or if they put a space at the beginning or at the end, then it won't register it. Like you could put light, and if they type light, L-I-G-T, then it won't register that it's right. So it's just not worth it. On these, it's perfect to do auto grading. Next. And then I had some open-ended questions, application questions, submit, blah, 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 right? So this would be right, I would open this quiz right after we had our Bible class. We had our Bible class on Wednesdays. So after Bible class on Wednesdays, and we talked all about this, I would then, okay, the quiz is now open, so you can now take the quiz. Some of it was on reading, and some of it was on things that we talked about in the Bible class. So it can be useful for you, to build off and make a connection to your online classes that you're teaching. Okay. This one, you can see I had it auto grading, and then I would go through and I would color code them. So I hid the grade. The grade is right here. I hid the auto grading because it didn't matter, because a lot of these were open-ended questions. So I wasn't going to use that grade. But I would go through and I would look at the answers, and then I would mark red for wrong, green 1 point, dark green 2 points. And that's how I did it. So this was helpful for me then when I would do grading. Well, at least I can go through and I could have some of it auto graded, and then others, I would just focus on these, right? I'd focus on the open-ended questions. Any questions with this, what you've seen so far? Are we ready to make one? Let's make one, yeah? Okay. New, well, I'm not gonna do it in this. I'll do it in my drive. I'll do it in classroom teachers. Okay, I always work from the drive. I don't create things in the assignment. I plan it, I create it, and then I attach it in the assignment. I just think it's much easier that way. But I'm gonna go to the teacher training. This is our teacher class, right? Teacher training. I'm just gonna put it right here, doesn't matter yet. New. Go down here to more, and there you see it, Google Form. Google Forms, 15 minutes, we can do it. It's that easy. Create and share. Open form. First thing I do, I'm going to come up here to the settings. And I'm going to click quiz. Make it a quiz. That will then like collect all the data and do like auto grading and stuff. Okay. Presentation, show progress bar, shuffle question order. Sometimes I have that, yes, sometimes I don't. Let's do it. Just, you know, because we're just gonna do some math problems, all right? We'll do some math problems, we'll do that. Show progress bar, nah. Show link to submit another response, depends. Sometimes kids lose internet and then they lose it and they can't submit it. So I leave it on, just, you know, they can do it, but I'll only count their last one. So if they do it 2 times, I'll only do their last one. General, collect email, nope. Limit to 1 response, you could do that. Students must be signed in with their Google account. So they must be signed into their Google account to be able to participate in this. Edit after, see summary charts. So do I want you guys to see it? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, save. Okay, I'm going to, we're just, none of this is gonna make, I'm not gonna do like a really accurate quiz, but let's just have fun with it. I'm gonna change how it looks. This looks terrible, okay? So I'm gonna, oh, whoops. I'm going up to this little color palette. That's gonna enable me to edit this moderately. I can choose an image for my header, right? As you saw, I had like pictures and stuff in there. What do we wanna do? Why not this, yeah? That looks good. It doesn't matter. Hey, art, here you go. Party or just for kids or 9 outs, yeah. Let's do work and school. All right. When I do that picture, it changes a new color palette, and then you can do the background color. It's not high, you know, it's effective. It's not, you know, beautiful. So you can see these all put like different color schemes on it. It depends what I want. I like green. Ooh, that's ugly though. I like orange. Okay, Untitled. This is gonna be the title of your quiz. Let's call it adding and subtracting quiz. Question number 1. I'm gonna make you have to put in your name first. I always want that to be first. Otherwise, it's not gonna help. So I'm going to change the type of question, but if I type name, it will change by itself. Look, did you see that? Let me show you this. It defaults like to multiple choice. I'm going to the question. I'm going to start typing in name, and it knows I want a name there. It's going to change from multiple choice to short answer. So watch. N-A-M-E. Oh, it didn't because, wait, let's do it again. Add question. There we go. It's because I made it a multiple choice. N-A. Did you see that? It immediately changed to short answer. N-A-M-E. I'm going to make this required. That means you can't do this unless there's an answer in there. Required. Notice down here, it gives me an answer key too. This is where you're going to put the correct answers. Okay, I'm done. What I usually do is I then add a section. The section is where, remember we had to kind of, you know, next page, next page, next page. Remember when we saw that? So a section will break it off and make it go to another page, which I want to do. I want them to enter their name. I want to give them any information and then go to the next page. So then that's like submitted. So where do you do that is right here, add section. And then it's gonna put one, but there's gonna be like a little gap in between. Do you see this? Add section. Boom. We'll call it adding. Right, this is just the section header. I want to add a question now, so I'm going to do plus. I'm going to go down. There it is. And here is where you'll write. Here is where you'll write the question. You have many different question types. It can be a short answer or a paragraph. I want this to do its own grading, so I'm going to choose one of these. And the one I'm going to choose almost every time, multiple choice. In multiple choice, they can only choose one. Check boxes, they can choose multiple. Drop down, they can only choose one. So multiple choice and drop down are kind of the best. There are other ones down here, but you can experiment with those on your own, okay? There's a grid where you can, connect the pairs and check boxes, but we're not gonna do that. We'll make this one multiple choice. Eight plus -6. Now it defaulted to short answer because I started typing something that wasn't, it's thinking I wanted to write something. I'm gonna make it multiple choice, so I'm forcing it to multiple choice, and then you start writing your answers. 2, -2, 5. All right. Now, since I want this to do its own grading, I need to choose that answer, the one that's correct, which is 2, right? 1 more minute. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna choose the answer key. I'm choosing the one that is correct. I'm putting point. 1 point, done. I'm gonna add another question. -8 -6. Again, it went to short answer. Let's do drop down, right? 1, 2. Option is -2. 10. Right. I'm going to click on the answer key and I'm going to tell it which answer is correct, which is none of them. Oh, I need to answer another one. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to 1 point. Done, but it's actually not that. It's -14. And then I can go right here and choose the answer key and make it this. Right? So I made a mistake here and I'm changing it. I'm putting done. Blah, 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 blah. When you're done, oh, we have 2 minutes. Oh, we have 1 minute. So you're finished with the quiz. If you want to add another section, you can add another section, do blah, blah, blah. Let's get the link for this quiz because that's what they want. That's what you need to give the kids, the link. I'm going up to send, clicking send, I'm getting the link. Shorten URL, copy the URL, and then I'm going to paste it in the chat and then you can see it. And you can open up and see what it looks like from the student's view. The last thing I could do, what do we have? 15 seconds. Responses, I'm accepting responses. What I'll do, if I don't want the quiz open, I will have it on not accepting responses. They cannot enter the quiz until I click enter accepting responses, then they can go into the quiz.
Suri, porque veo a Suri.